Good afternoon, guys, and happy Sunday to all of your sunshiny faces. Guys, I am cold. The only good news is that it sounds like it's gonna be warm tomorrow. It sounds like from the weather, high of 72 I think, and a low of like 50 something, so that is pretty nice, like pretty decently warm weather. My mom made cookies and like had the oven on today, so it was warmer out in like the rest of the house, and I think maybe we had the furnace turned on, but my room is cold. Like it's pretty chilly. It sounds like most of next week actually is supposed to get and be pretty warm, like again mid 70s or so, which is like I think pretty good, decent weather for you know, October. That sort of temperature seems pretty nice. But like last year we ended up not having that bad. Like I don't know, I don't think it was that cold through October, but we got that first snow of the year was on Halloween last year. So that was kind of, that stunk and was kind of unfortunate, and hopefully that won't happen this year. But it was sort of like once that ended up happening, that snow, like I just sort of remember thinking like, okay, this is it, you know, like it's over, like we're done with, you know, fall, we've moved straight on to winter. You know, even though like I think it was still like maybe a little bit warm in like November and stuff like that, maybe a week or two here and there. And I don't think it snowed. I mean, it really didn't snow all that much last winter, but it was kind of like, you know, once that hit, it was like there was no like going back. Like then after that it was winter and it was cold out. You know, kind of like that was the whole thought process, I feel like. So hopefully that doesn't happen this year, because like I remember the one year, I think it was 2016, because I believe it was the year that the Cubs won the World Series. Because I remember it was, I think that was the year that we got our bonfire little like you know, fire pit thingy or whatever. That year we ended up having a bonfire earlier. I don't know why I remember. It was during one of the games of the Cubs game, like, and then we came back inside and still got to watch the end of it. It was like one of the earlier series though, when they were in the playoffs. But then I remember that same year we ended up having a bonfire on Thanksgiving, because it was warm enough to go outside and have one, and like, you know, it wasn't snow on the ground or, you know, anything like, whereas like last year again, it was like once that snow happened on Halloween, it was sort of like, okay, that's it, it's winter already. So we didn't really end up getting to too much. Me and my dad and Jack ended up running to Target today, actually. My dad had to get some cash out of the ATM that's from there, that like the Targets have, I guess. And he went to two other places that were supposed to also have the same like ATM, just so he doesn't have to pay a fee for it, and they were both not working. I think I told you guys when we tried to go to the one other Target, he tried, I think there's two Jewels also, theirs weren't working, so we ended up having to go all the way to Target. And Jack also wanted to get something, I don't know, like something, one of the Nintendo cards or something like that for his Switch, like the eShop or something. So we ended up, like I said, we ran out there today, and then we ended up coming back home. I didn't get up super early, but the Bears game ended up being moved to 4 o'clock. So we actually ended up just watching like some of the football games that were like the noon games and stuff like that. And then we also ended up getting the fall / Halloween stuff out of the attic, which I feel like last year I could have sworn I said we had 5 boxes worth of fall and Halloween like decorations, and we only found 4. But I'm also wondering too, because I know that we got rid of some. I'm wondering if I said that we had 5 boxes and condensed down to 4. I can't remember what I said, but I just really remembered there being 5 boxes. And so I think maybe that's what happened, but I went through a lot of the boxes of like the holiday stuff is all sort of in one place. And so I don't know why it would have ended up like going somewhere else to separate itself from the rest of the stuff in the attic, but I couldn't find the other box. So me and my dad ended up getting those 4 boxes down. We also got, we have a couple of little like picket signs, not picket signs, like I guess they're just little like decorative like fall signs that we've had since we've lived at our old house, which was almost close to 2 decades ago, and we still have them. And so we had them in the garage, and so we ended up putting those out, and we have a little pumpkin that's lit up by like a light, so we put that up. It's not little, it's actually kind of big. It's almost like a good foot to almost maybe 2 feet tall. Little pumpkin guy that my dad ran the electric, you know, or ran the extension cord out to, and has the he has the light, and he's all lit up right now. We also, I think I told you guys, we got the corn stalk too, for the like we have a pole, sort of, or not a pole, a post, I guess, like outside, and right in front of our door, that we've decorated and put, like, you know, either garland for our Christmas, or, you know, a couple of years. I think I was telling you guys we've put a corn stalk, like, and just tied it down to the post, sort of, and I think that's sort of it. I don't really know what else ended up outside. So yeah, but my mom has some stuff, a few things set up in the living room right now, but we did wind up getting those 4 boxes down. One of the boxes is pretty much just like either like masks and like the dog's outfit, and like, you know, napkins, and like, you know, decorative like tablecloths and runners and stuff like that. So one of them is sort of just filled with like random stuff, but 3 full boxes are pretty much just you know, like actual decorations and things like that. And some of the stuff went outside, most of it was all inside stuff. So we've got, again, got to kind of clean up and get everything ready so we can put all of those decorations and stuff up. Other than sort of getting to laundry today, Matthew actually ended up doing his laundry when he came home. So I just threw in, like, if he didn't have a full load to run a whole load of laundry, then I ended up just you know, putting in some of the extra stuff in there as well, that I already had sorted. So I got through a little bit of laundry today, which is kind of cool. And then I also did dishes today too, just because my mom has been cooking and baking like so much over the weekend. Like I said, she made cookies today. She ended up you know, cooking dinner for the 3 days and stuff like that. And then on top of that too, we also picked zucchini outside, and almost all, I showed you guys too, I think on Friday or whatever, all the stuff from the garden. And so we were prepping all of that stuff. That turned into a huge big mess in the kitchen, like even dirty mess, because all this stuff was, all the root vegetables were covered in dirt, and even like the zucchini and stuff like that just had dirt all over it. So we had a lot of like just plant dirt and stuff like that kind of all over the kitchen. And then my mom today ended up actually shredding and freezing all of the zucchini as well, so that we have pre-shredded zucchini that we can add to zucchini muffins, and just zucchini in general, things that we want to make with the zucchini. So we had one really big zucchini, one decent to medium size, like large to medium size zucchini, and then 2 little small ones as well. So Jack actually shredded all of that today, and then my mom froze it, and we did I read about it on Pinterest like a while ago, and I think I might have done it this way before. It's like the flash freeze sort of like method, where you like do everything in cups, like 1 cup of zucchini, and then flash freeze it in a cup, so that when then you flash freeze it and then take it out, it's like on a baking sheet, and you just put it in there, like in the cups, if that makes sense, or in cup increments or whatever size increments you're going to do, and then freeze it, and then you take it back off of the tray, and then you throw it in a freezer bag, and it's frozen in like a cup size. So when you need it for a recipe, you can just use a full cup of it, or whatever size you might need if you would rather do half cups or whatever. But again, we got a good amount of zucchini, which brings me to my other point, is that we need to use up this stuff in the freezer, because we're running out of space in the freezers to be freezing even our again, zucchini, which honestly, we still have got a ton that can be harvested and all of that, and yellow squash too, which I haven't gotten any yet, but there's one that's kind of a good size. I just didn't pick it yet, but could probably be picked pretty soon. And so and we'll probably have plenty more like regular zucchini as well. Yeah, that again, probably a lot of it has to be frozen. So we've got, again, a lot of, like I said, stuff that is going to have to be frozen, and we don't have really the room for it right now because I got a box of Hot Pockets outside. The good news is though, is that I did bring in, I had to put the chicken breasts I bought on Friday at Jewel in the freezer, and I was like, oh, there's a box of, like, there was a box of waffles, and I think back from when I was, like, pre-pandemic, from when I was shopping at Valley Produce or something like that, and I was like, oh, there's a box of waffles out here. I'll bring those inside and hopefully feed them to people either over the weekend or possibly to, like, during the week while Jack's at, you know, Jack has school and everything like that, which he doesn't get up super early for school just because it's e-learning. So if they have questions, need help with homework or whatever, they can talk to the teachers from, like, whatever time school starts, which is like 8 something until I think noon or maybe 10 o'clock or 11 or something like that. But if they don't, then they basically don't have school up until that 10 or 11 o'clock or whatever. And then that's when their actual classes start. But then, like, the morning is when they could be doing, like, homework from the day before. And then if they obviously have questions, then they can ask the teacher before the actual class starts. So that's why, like, that's how their schooling is working. But so Jack hasn't been getting up super early, but, you know, early enough that he can still fix himself something for breakfast, because he's still getting up at least, you know, before school is starting, which is again 10 or 11 o'clock. So I was like, oh, this would be a perfect opportunity to get them to eat the waffles. I actually think they ended up finishing them, because I know Matthew had them, like, over 2 days this weekend, and maybe Jack did too, and it's only like a little 8-pack. So I was like, hopefully they used that up. That would be really nice. I think maybe there's another box or two out in the freezer too, but yeah, that was one thing that I was happy to get out of the freezer, but it immediately was taken the place of by the turkey breast that I had to put out there. So yeah, guys, again, got to figure out what we're gonna do with the freezer situation. One of the big things that I probably should do is go through the freezer, organize, and figure out what we have, what we can use. I had a running list on my phone for a while, and I don't know why or what happened to it, but in all honesty, I know we just redid the kitchen and the new pantry is only a few months old, but I feel like I need to just go through everything, organize everything, all of the pantries, the cabinets, the freezers, the refrigerator. The refrigerator isn't that bad because normally stuff doesn't get left in there for too long, but you know, I need to know what I have, what I don't have, what I need. Our can pantry, our can cabinet in the laundry room is completely overflowing, but it's like, I don't know what's in there, and I don't know, like, I keep buying stuff that I probably actually have in there and I just don't know what it is. So that would be something that would be nice to do maybe one day during this week where it's a warmer day. It's not hot like, you know, in the middle of summer, because that's why I couldn't really do it, you know, and organize the freezer, because taking everything out and throwing them into, you know, coolers just, you know, probably won't take me any more than an hour or half an hour really. Normally when I've done it in the past, it's taken me half an hour at most. But you know, doing it on a day when it's going to be cooler but also not freezing cold like this last couple's weeks have been, would probably be a really nice time to go through the freezer and organize and figure out what we have and what we can use, and again, get things all kind of straightened out and everything. Because I'm a little bit of a mess when I don't know what to cook and what we have and what we don't have and what we need. So yeah, organization is key for me, because if not, I'm just like, okay, let's feed people chicken fries because that's what's in the freezer and that's what I know is in the freezer. Like, no, I have a whole chicken that's out in the freezer right now. I'm 99% sure. I think I bought 2 and I only used 1 of them. You know, I've got other freezer dinners in there, but if I can't find them, it's gonna be one of those, like, I'm just gonna feed you the first thing that pops into my head, which is, again, I think there's still some chicken fries in the inside freezer. But anyways, guys, yeah, so I didn't get my planner set out yet for this week, but I don't know why. I've been kind of tired today. I didn't actually go to bed that early last night, but I also slept in a little bit too, so I don't really know why. It should have pretty much evened itself out, but yeah, a little tired, so I'll see what I can get to tomorrow. And then again, hopefully I just get to regular things on my planner and everything. But the dishes are kind of caught up too. Normally that's like over the weekend if I didn't really get to a whole ton of that stuff, because if we did projects or whatever, because we got the window replaced for the garage this weekend and stuff like that. But you know, like doing that, I might not get to the dishes, but I did. I also got to laundry. So normally Mondays are my catch-up days to get to those kind of things. I actually got to them today, which was kind of cool. So I don't have to worry about being like, I have to catch up now, I'm gonna be super behind or anything, because pretty much actually, you know, on pace, I guess, because I got some stuff done today. So anyways, I'll see you all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys aren't new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.